All right, happy Monday. I am so excited for tonight. I know I say that every Monday, but one of my favorite humans is she's talking tonight, and she's gonna if you guys have been here for any amount of time on my downline, then you know Bethany because I snag her to talk to y'all as many times as I can. That she is available for because I love her energy. I feed off her energy. I know you guys feed off her energy. I love being in a room with her. I love training with her. I just love everything about her. And I am so excited for us to kind of talk tonight because, and I'm not going to go too into depth about the playbook, but if you've been watching me at all on social media, you know that we are launching a playbook. Um, and it has a lot to do with our pain points. That is a lot of it. And yes, I will share with people. I'm not holding this playbook hostage. I am just making sure that it is perfect before it comes out. I've had so many leaders message me asking me how they get their hands on it. And I promise, y'all know me, I'm a sharer. But we're editing it still. It's literally like I'm on my 5th draft printed out of this thing, y'all. I have Christina and Rochelle doing it with me. We are working through it this week and fine tuning everything so it is ready by next weekend for you guys to dive into and use at that Sunday planning Zoom. But it has a lot to do with pain points. So it wouldn't be a Monday if my child was not screaming in the background. If you see a naked butt run across, it's because we're potty training and my child is naked. So, if it happens, we just will not be putting this on YouTube. But other than that, go ahead and drop your I ams, drop your gratitudes into the chat because I really want you guys to focus on these. I really want you guys to see these I ams, see these gratitudes, and know that they are so powerful with with the energy that you're putting towards it. And I want to touch on pain points real quick, and then I'm going to pass it to Bethany. I'm not going to chat too long because I really want her to pour into you guys, and you guys to feel this energy that she brings everywhere she's at. But I really want you guys to, if you aren't focusing on pain points for your content, we got to switch that. We have to start working towards those pain points because pain points keep you from being surface level. And in this industry, it is so easy to get surface level. And I always say when you join a company, it's so easy to become that company, right? When you join a product, it is so easy to become that product, especially when it's Thrive, right? Because our products are bomb, our comp plan is bomb. Like you just want to literally post the 3-step picture every 5 seconds, right? You just want to show our comp plan and show that and just post that picture, be like, I don't even need to post a picture of me. Like people just need to see this. But the truth of it is, the way you're going to get people to see your comp plan, to see the products, is by sharing what it's done for you through pain points. And if you don't know what pain points are, I'm going to kind of explain it a little bit for you guys, but Rochelle is also going to go into the Limitless page this week and do a whole pain points thing for you guys to kind of really touch on those for you. But pain points are, think of life before Thrive. Think of the products before, how you felt before using the products. Were you tired? Were you a tired mom? Were you a tired college student? Were you a tired dad? Were you like a napper? Were you a maybe later parent? Like those are pain points because those are going to touch people in a different way than just saying you need these 3 steps. Those are where you pull from. So pain points and 5s lists go hand in hand, and it wouldn't be Lynn's training if I didn't mention 5s list. So hey, hi, hello. But they go hand in hand together. And the reason they go hand in hand together is because you can take, you were a maybe later parent, and you can pull in one of your personal 5s now of maybe your mom life and share that you're at the park with your kids and talk about that maybe later parent because you were too busy napping. Do you see how that touches on those pain points for people? People are going to read that and be like, oh, wow, Maybe you're not a parent, because when I started this, I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with Xander, my Great Dane, right? So I didn't relate to pain points of moms needing to buy diapers or pay for daycare or maybe later. Like, I didn't relate to that. What I related to was the fact that I had energy to still go to the gym, the fact that I wasn't like a couch potato, right? The fact that I could help pay down my debt, stuff like that hit me on pain points more than paying for diapers and all this different stuff, because I wasn't a parent at the time when I was building in my first, year and a half. I've basically been pregnant and birthing children my entire time in Lavelle. So like my first year was like my first, less than a year, I was not birthing children or pregnant. And then after that, we've been pregnant 24/7. So what can I say? It's something about the product, right? But no. So I really want you to think about that. I want you to pull from those pain points, whatever they may be. And I don't want you to think that, oh, I'm not a parent, so I don't have pain points. False. You just are comparing pain points. And you have to understand that pull from weight loss. Maybe you don't have any weight to lose, like Casey, right? She didn't have any weight to lose, but the products have changed everything for her from being a maybe later mom. So she might not have weight to lose because she's about this big, but she's no longer a maybe later mom. So instead of pulling from pain points of weight loss or weight gain or mental clarity or whatever it is, she's pulling from the energy of a maybe later. Comp plan style, promoter style pain points that you can touch on is today. I got a medical bill that we weren't expecting. Apparently, when you go to be monitored for labor, it counts as an emergency visit and insurance charges you as don't ask me. So we got a $2,000 bill in the mail today that we were not expecting. And instead of freaking out and being like, oh my gosh, where is this going to come from? Where we would have 3 years ago, had we gotten that, we would have been devastated and it would have destroyed us. And we would have been like, what are we going to do? Like, how do we do this? Like, what payment plan can we go on? What credit cards can it go on? We looked at it and we looked at each other and we're like, well, that's annoying. Why is that a thing? And then we're like, whatever, we'll just pay it. So the two differences, that's a pain point. So in my story, hold on, Rylan Knox, he's trying to tell you guys a story also. He has pain points, apparently. My 2-year-old, it's fine. Relatable, right? See, even a 2-year-old. Goodbye. Mom life. So those are pain points. So 3 years ago, that would have destroyed us, right? And I said that it would have destroyed us, but today we'll pay it in full and in cash, and it's not something that is going to destroy us. But 3 years ago, that would have devastated our family. Like, that would have devastated. How many people can relate to that, right? It's relatable. You have to think those are pain points. And those are where you start to share, like, one yes and then not giving up on ourselves made it so 3 years later we're in this position. So it's sharing different things like that keep you from getting surface level of, oh yeah, you need our products. It's a simple 3-step system, works on a cellular level. It'll give you energy and mental clarity. You want to sign up? Versus, I am no longer a maybe later mom and I have energy to go to the gym and I can pay for diapers, or you know what, I can pay those unexpected medical bills. There's a difference. You're going to grab people with those pain points, and then you're going to have the conversation and they're going to have that open mind to be able to talk about what our products do and what our compensation plan is about. So that's just a little bit of where I want you guys to kind of start to work this month, because especially our Sunday planning Zooms and batching Zooms, they're going to be gearing more towards, instead of giving you prompts of what to kind of post about to help, it's going to be pulling from your personal pain points. So if you've not written out your pain points, you need to, because that's also in the playbook. There's a page in there all about pain points and making y'all get deep with yourself. So with that, I'm going to unmute Bethany. My love. Hello. Hey. Thank you so much for hopping on another one of our Zooms. I adore you. Take it away. I'm going to mute myself because Rylan Knox is a maniac.
Well, hello, everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces. Thank you, Linz, for asking me. Anytime Linz asks me something, I'm like, yes. Super scared, super nervous, but yes, I'm gonna do it. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me, believing in me. Like, that hypes me up. Isn't it like amazing? Like, our community here is amazing. There's people that look at you and just see you as this like boss babe that you don't even see yourself as. So anytime any of these leaders ask me to speak, I don't care honestly, like what rank somebody is at, I'm going to take that time to share and practice because we are basically page storytellers, right? And it's so funny she mentioned surface level. I literally have that in my notes. Like when I first started this company, I was sharing at such a surface level. I was like Lavelle billboard going on Pinterest, just finding whatever like old out of date, like I think it came from like 2014 2015 pictures, and I was just sharing it because I was so excited, right guys? Like we start this, we feel the products, we get that energy, we feel good, we get that mental clarity, we got our aha moment with the products, and we just go crazy and start just, sharing, but kind of that ignorance on fire, right? And very surface level, very like, oh, thrive with me, you should thrive with me. I will talk to so many new girls about like how to share. Let's have this game plan. Let's map out your pain points. Let's talk about your story, where you came from, why you started. And we all go straight to, you should thrive with me. Do not ask nobody to thrive with you. Don't do that. They don't want to. They don't know what it is. Okay. So I started out that way. I was that dorky girl that was super excited. I never posted about, y'all should check out this restaurant. I never posted about referring people to do a different company. I never had my social media geared towards that. It was, we started our family, watch our kids grow. I was never in pictures, to be honest. And then a lot of it was my nails. Like everybody knew Bethany's nails, the glitz, the glam, the bling. That's all I was using social media for. So doing the whole like attraction marketing, network marketing, social media, whatever, was like way, like I had no idea about that space. I had no idea about how to be a network marketer and how to sell on social media and to attract people to what I was doing. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background there. So those of you that are hopping on, starting this business, you're partnering with leaders on here, and you're like, oh my gosh, like they know what they're doing. They got it all together. But don't look at it in a negative way. Look at it like you're so super blessed that you have so much room to grow, and you are being led by some amazing leaders that have literally fallen on their face to help you grow and be an amazing leader yourself. So just look at it in a super positive way, first and foremost. All right. So if you're looking at these posts and they're beautiful pictures, the way they verbalize things, and you're like, I could never. Listen, I was that person too. I was like, I could never show up this way, and then you try to basically copycat, right? Like you take verbatim what they say, you pose exactly how they're posing, try to do your makeup and hair and the outfits and everything just like those leaders because they're amazing, right? And you see their success, you see like the way they do it, their style, they're getting their people, they're creating their community, they're blowing up, they're on the leaderboards. And so you try to do that exact thing. That doesn't work. And if you've heard me speak before, like I was definitely trapped in that comparison lane, zone, whatever, and that mindset of, okay, I need to just copy whatever they're doing. Do you know how uncomfortable that is? That's why when you're about to press the live button or hit that submit post, you're so uncomfortable because it's not genuinely, authentically you. So before you go ahead and do that, you can be inspired by somebody's posing, their pictures, their verbiage, the way they set up their stories. But you need to sit back and think about your pain points. Think about your story, what makes you stand out, what makes you special, okay? And you need to talk how you talk. You need to let your little accent flow through. You need to stutter. You need to be unsure of what you're saying, because people will accept that and appreciate that so much more than you trying to sound like you know everything. Right? Janetta Joseph just said it the other day, less is more. All right, less is more. Don't try to be the main guy over here that's selling everybody everything that's in the ingredients. It's amazing if you know it. Share it if they ask, but talk about your pain points, talk about your story. All right, so being that shy girl, like I am actually an introvert, you guys. I'm super awkward. My sister makes fun of me. My little sister is more of like the big sister, to be honest, you guys. Like I will call her, she's in a whole other state, and be like, can you call this company for me to ask them these questions because something's wrong over here? Like I'm that awkward and uncomfortable to speak and talk. And so sharing my story and getting vulnerable and talking about, there was times when I had to ask my sister for money for diapers. That's uncomfortable. I didn't share stuff like that. Talking about like my husband and I had not the best relationship. We would pass each other by. Everybody thought we were perfectly fine, but there was some struggle happening. That was uncomfortable. So I want to let you guys know I was uncomfortable and I wasn't showing up and being genuine and authentically me and sharing my story too. But you got to get past that because we have such bigger goals and dreams and vision and impact that we're creating that don't let that that uncomfortable moment steer you away from being big and bold and loud about you, your story, and what you're about to do. All right. Because all of the big things that are coming, it's way more important than what you think people might be thinking of you. That's like the weirdest thing. We think someone might be thinking this. That's so weird. Don't be weird. Okay. Be bold, be loud, be excited. So I basically had to get to this point where, okay, I'm no longer going to copy people because this is uncomfortable. People aren't sticking around, right? Maybe you're attracting people because the pictures are cute and you sound like you know what you're talking about. But then when you have those side conversations with them, it's not giving the same energy. They can read that. When you go to a local, a company event, a getaway, and you're sitting next to your business partner and they're like, this is not the girl I signed up with. That's uncomfortable. That's the real uncomfortable situation. And that's when you're going to start losing people. All right. And that's when you're going to start having that self-doubt. You're going to think you can't do this business. This isn't for me. I'm doing everything Lindsay's telling me to do. I'm showing up the way Christina shows up. But you're not showing up the way Bethany shows up. You're not showing up the way you are supposed to show up. Show up as you. So I had that mindset shift. Let me just be me. Let me just be loud and awkward and weird. And I'm like a whole like child trapped in an adult body. I'm going to be 34 next month, but I'm still, I say the slangs. I do the TikTok dances. Like I am so immature. And I look at my kids like, wow, I'm really a mom to 3 humans. Like this happened, but it's okay. Cause somebody relates to that. Somebody relates to being that goofy mom, that silly mom, or maybe they were, and they've lost that. So that's how I decided I was going to show up. I was going to show up scared, stuttering, loud, maybe hop on a live for 2 minutes because now I don't know what else to say and I'm hop off. But guess what? That's relatable. That's relatable. All right. So also, if you've gotten to that mindset shift, like I went through, and you started to show up in a way that feels more comfortable and more exciting, are you still giving that same energy to your messages and your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s? And when you're having those side conversations, because I had to decide, okay, if I'm boss babe, Bethany the boss on my posts, in my Zooms, on my trainings, I still got to give them that when they're signing up with me, right? Because some of us, we have that like, when we're on. And you guys know, like I said, I'm an introvert. So once I'm not working my biz, I kind of shut down. So I have to remember to give myself that time to, self-care, recharge my battery. I've been sharing that part too. So people understand that, yes, Bethany is all about the party, all about having fun, being exciting, getting people started on their journey. But you also should share, like, if you need that time to shut down for a couple hours, or maybe you take Sundays off and you let people know, like, hey, I'm going to recharge my battery. I let people know. All right. Be real with your people. In those messages, this is something I took from Leanne. She challenged me. Use your voice more, because everybody is attracted to, how I speak, how I show up on my posts and in my stories. I'm keeping it real. I'm being myself. I'm in a sports bra and my hair is always a mess. And, but maybe it's not reading through when I'm talking to people in messages. So if there's something missing, you need to start listening to your leaders and doing those things. Get past the, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. What are they going to think? Get past the, oh my gosh, like I've never really done that before. And I'm pretty content. Don't stay content. All right. Always go for more. Always go for bigger. Always go for bolder. The bigger, bolder version of you. When Lizzie asked me to share, she's like, let's talk about being more bold. I was like, oh my gosh, like that key word popped up and I changed my bio because I added the bold introvert in my bio because I shared how I used to be so shy. I was the girl that, friends would come to me because I was just going to sit in the corner by myself at the end of the cafeteria and I wasn't sad. I wasn't like an emo. I was just like really shy and I was okay being by myself, but I became the more bold version of me once I created more confidence. And you can create confidence when you stay consistent, when you show up for you, when you're excited. All right. So if you're doing these posts and you're not, it's not exciting, It's not, you're not happy when you do it anymore. You need to find your happy. You need to find those pain points. You need to find what excites you to share. Right. And I tell my tribe all the time, like, guys, don't be 555. Don't be an LV billboard. And I wake up, my first thing I think about is Thrive. And I create a reel and post it as about Thrive. I'm trying to stay away from it. I'm sorry, but it's fun. It's exciting. And you know what? People laugh at it. People are excited with me and they're having fun. So, some things might work for certain leaders and other things might work for other leaders. Do what works for you. If learning a new like TikTok dance and you look crazy is fun for you, do it. If just posting a picture works for you and your network, do it. Don't feel like you got to go crazy and learn all these new reels and TikToks. Do what is exciting and the rest will come. All right. Do what's exciting and the rest will come. You can go and learn the TikToks and reels afterwards, but you got to set that foundation of knowing your story, knowing your pain points, and being loud and proud about it. Don't let anything else get in your way, you guys. And it's okay if you look a hot mess. I'm always sweating. I always say, oh my gosh, I'm a sweaty hot mess. I can't help it. I'm a sweaty girl. So it doesn't matter if you're sweaty. You just get out the gym. So what? I had a girl at the gym that I go to say, I want to do this before and after pictures. My before and after pictures are going to be amazing. I need to take this after picture, but I'm sweaty. Girl, you really not going to post that damn picture? You're really not going to, you look amazing. Get past that. It's more relatable to show up as you and your authentic self and just be that bold 10x version. All right. We got to figure out how we're going to stand out. All right. And pretty much that's all I got.
So I think it's so funny that I forgot that I was like, let's talk about being bold. Cause y'all, if you've been on a Zoom with me before, or I've asked you to speak before, I don't really give like prompts, or I'm not like, let's plan a Zoom. I'm like, hey, like talk about being bold. And then they're like, okay, like bold and what? And I'm like, yeah, just talk about being bold. Like I'm the worst person to ask people to do Zooms, but I love y'all and beware because I'm sure one day I will ask you. But today, Chelsea Cooper messaged me and she was like, how are you enrolling all these customers? Are you just being bold or are they messaging you? And I was like, girl, I'm bold, but yeah, they're messaging me. What do you mean bold? And we got to talking about being bold, and I forgot that that's what I told you that I wanted you. This is me, y'all. Hi.
Listen, that's been the key word lately, like bold. And I've been more bold too. I've been talking to so many more people. And guys, I'm the shy girl. I'm not a small talk type of person. And, I'm just going in there. Hey, you know what? I saw you post. Have you seen any of my posts about Thrive? Hey, I saw that you're tired, you're exhausted. Oh my gosh, you're killing it at the gym. Have you tried any supplements? Like, I'm that girl now. But, it's not cold messaging if these people are engaging on your posts and wanting to get to know you. But be bold. Don't be too scared to talk to somebody, because what are they going to say? No? Okay, cool. Go collect more no's.
But that's the thing, is people are so afraid to collect no's. And so she asked me, she was like, how are you enrolling? And I'm like, I don't do small talk. And it brought me back to when Rob and I first met, because I had told him he was one of those people that wanted to talk on Instagram, text me, Snapchat, like all the things, right? And this guy, my husband now, he was Snapchatting his damn self, because I was like, bro, like I don't small talk. What do you want to send me a picture of? Like because he was building swimming pools. I'm like, you just keep sending me pictures of dirt and saying like, what are you doing? Like, we're already texting. What do you mean? What am I doing? Like, I don't do small talk, and I don't do small talk in person. Like my friends can tell you that I don't do small talk with my customers, with my potentials, with my promoters. I am not a small talk type of person. It's just not me. So when Coop was messaging me, she was like, how are you doing this? And I was like, I literally ask them what their goals are. They tell me, I say, great, this is the pack I would recommend. Let me know if you want to do that. Simple as that. I don't sit there and play back and forth. I don't sit there and say, oh, those are great goals. Like, what do you do during your day? What do you do? No, I want to know what they want to work towards. I'm going to customize them a pack with our products. From there, they can let me know their questions. They want to know pricing. They want to know what the products do. They want to know why I picked that pack. Great. They will ask me those things. Instead of going back and forth, trying to keep a conversation going, let me tell y'all something that I have learned in my 4.5 years here. The people that are going to order are going to order. The people that aren't, They're not. No matter what you tell them, no matter what you offer them, no matter like the people that want to thrive are going to thrive. That is why I don't push it down anybody's throat. I don't sit there and tell people and bring that up as my conversation. My next door neighbor, we've lived in this house for 2 years, 2.5 years, and she just became one of my customers 2 months ago. She has known I'm a thriver. She has known our products. But the thing is, I never once went to her and was like, do you want to thrive? Do you want to try the products? We were sitting in my backyard one day and she goes, okay, I really think I need to try these products. Do you have a sample? And I said, girl, my entire pantry, I got more Thrive than food. Let's go. And I gave her a sample. The next day she ordered. It's not about telling people that they need this. It's about showing them. And the only way you're going to show them is if you're showing up with why you're using it. I always tell people I would rather customers become promoters or sample customers become promoters because they've used the products and it's no longer convincing people that Thrive works. It's okay, great. How did you feel on day one? Don't stop sharing that. That's that bold. That's that, hey, like, I don't have to cold message people. I don't have to small talk people. I don't have to pretend like we have something in common with people. It's, hey, you want help? Like, I'm here. You want energy? I got you. Can I customize you a pack? Great. What are your goals? Or you want to join my team? Great. Why? What do you want from this? I can work with somebody who has a strong why. I can't work with somebody who just says, oh, I don't know. Well, let's start you as a customer because I'm going to need something deeper than that. And I'm not afraid to say that to people. And that's the difference is a lot of people want to collect enrollments. I could care less if what my PPA looks like. And I know that sounds weird since I was the second GOAT for our entire company, meaning my PPA is extremely high. I don't care what my PPA number is. And I know that sounds weird, right? Because you're like, you literally want PPA. I'm not collecting enrollments because to me, if I'm just collecting PPA, then people aren't meant to be collected. Like, and to me, PPA are people, right? Those are heartbeats. Heartbeats aren't meant to be, you're not collecting people, you're helping people. Stop trying to raise your PPA and start trying to impact people. And that's where it's going to go. So I just saw this and I shared it to my story, but I want to read it to y'all. Even if you are not at the top of the company, you are still making more than the person watching from the sidelines. And that's not just financially. Even if you're not a 200K and 80K or wherever you want to be in this company, you are still making more either by using the products and health wise and whatever, however, whyever, if that's even a statement, you use the products, you're still gaining more than somebody watching. And so many of y'all are so afraid that the people watching have an opinion of what you're doing that you don't realize that you're already one step ahead. And it's not about being ahead of people, but it is about you against you. And you're already better than you were when you were watching. So keep that in mind when you're getting bold and you are talking. And I think that's the word for the end of the year is bold, and probably for the rest of life, bold. But I want you guys to get bold with your pain points. I want you to get bold with why you said yes. I want you to get bold with why you're here. I want you to get bold with everything that you're about. I want you to be bold with it. I will never, and this is something that Bethany and we chatted, oh my God, it's almost been a year since Orlando. We were at the happy hour and we were chatting about stuff, and I told her, and we were just kind of talking, and my thing was, I will never, ever tell anybody on my team not to be them. In fact, it's the quite opposite. I want you to be so unapologetically you that when it comes to copy and pasting, it feels uncomfortable because it's not you. And I tell people all the time, our guides and those first 14-day posts, like, they're great and they're a great like start out point. But if you are still trying to pull from Rochelle giving you guys batching content or Christina giving you guys batching content of, hey, like, this is your statement. If you still need a statement to post every single day after your first 30 days, I need you to pull from your pain points, because your pain points are going to do so much more than them saying 3 years ago, this was my life. Okay, but why does that matter? What pain point are you hitting? And is it for customer wise or promoter wise? Because we're going to be shifting a lot more into pain points. And like I said, like this is like draft like 370,000 that I have made because I want it to be perfect before the end of, and there's no such thing as perfect, but like the lines aren't thin enough. The font isn't what I like. I've gone through so many trees. I apologize if you are like earth people, because I have gone through so many trees trying to print this out to see how it looks. But the biggest thing is, and people are in my inbox asking me, what is your playbook? What is your playbook? And I'm like, pain points. And they're like, okay, but what's your playbook? And I'm like, pain points. And they're like, well, can you just send me a copy of it? And I'm like, okay, well, it's not done. So no, like it's a draft, but what are your pain points? And it's like pulling teeth trying to get pain points from people, because people would rather be told what to post than dig down deep to find what to post for themselves. And that's the biggest thing. So Bethany, do you have anything else that you wanted to add to end the night? Was there anything else?
No, that's everything. Just be bold. Just get uncomfortable, but not the weird comfortable, not the weird uncomfortable, like the good uncomfortable.
Yeah. You're not going to grow from your comfort zone. If there's one thing that I have ever learned, and I've done a lot of talking to leaders in the last month, and a lot of training for other leaders in the last month. And the one thing I have learned is I always say, what do you want me to talk about? And y'all, they can pick anything. Like when you go on Zooms for other leaders and you're like, what do you want me to talk about? Like nothing's really off limits. What are you going to say? Oh, talk about, no, can't talk about social media. That's off limits. Like you just talk about it, right? Like that's the point of training for other teams. And every single one of them has asked me to share my story, not how I built my social media, not how I do IPAs, not how I do trainings or onboardings or boot camps or whatever else. They want me to train their teams on my story. What does that tell you? That tells you that your story is worth more than an onboarding training or a Zoom about how to do 3-2-1s or IPAs or 5-4-3-2-1s or whatever it may be. Your story, if you lead with that, it won't matter anything else, because people want to hear about you. They want to join you. They want to hear from you. And if you're so wrapped up in doing IPAs, which don't get me wrong, I do my IPAs every day, like I have for 4.5 years, but I also share me every day, and I give the inside behind the scenes look of, well, what is Lynn's? What is happening in the Coggin household? Like, what are we doing? And how has Thrive impacted us? I'm not, hey, join my team, or hey, you need this product. This is what I do and I use it every day. People ask me how I enroll customers like I do and how I enroll people on our tribe like I do. And it's because I'm not searching for them. I'm sharing why I'm here, and it's attracting them because it's a pain point for them. I share the same products every single day in my stories for 4.5 years. Nothing's changed. I might have added in some new products here and there as we launch them, right? But I do my 3 steps in the morning. I show that. I literally just did form while we were doing this, and it's on my stories now. I will go upstairs and I will take my nighttime gut duo and I will have that in my stories. It's not like I'm sharing graphic after graphic. I'm literally just showing my routine and what I do. And people want to know why. People are nosy. But if you're constantly putting up graphics and constantly trying to sell somebody on something, I don't want you guys to sell. I want you to share. I want you to share your story. I want you to share your Thrive journey. And every now and then, I want you to share what's possible with this opportunity. And if you're uncomfortable with that, good. Start to share samples. Watch what's going to happen when you have 15 samples out to 15 people. Watch the conversations that are going to happen. Watch how you're going to say, how is your day one? Great. I love that you feel the energy. Is there anything that you would want more of or to change? Oh, you want some more energy? How's your water intake? This is where that I'm a thriver, let me help you, let me impact you starts to come in. Or, hey, let me customize you a pack. You're vegan, great. We have options for you. This is where those conversations start to come in, but they're not going to happen if all you're trying to do is sell people instead of being bold with your story and bold with who you are. If you are screenshotting me taking my 3 steps, I when I do my IPAs, I watch stories that view my stories. So I see the people who view my stories, because to me, I want to interact with people that are seeing my stuff also. So they know like, hey, I see you. Ooh, water down. We're good. So they know I see you, right? Like I see them. And my biggest thing is when I am watching stories, like sometimes I'll come across drivers that I've like, if I've never seen them view my stuff before and I'm watching their story, I'll see my own like foot tattoo. And I'm like, wait a second, I know those feet. Like, I know this. And I'm like, that makes zero sense to me. Right. Or I'm like, are you not taking your products? Like, really? Who here every single morning takes their products? Raise your hand. Every single morning. Exactly. Oh, hi. I'll raise mine too. Every single morning. So my thing is, if you're taking your products every single morning, you have no reason not to have that content up in on your stories because you're doing it. Right? You're having conversations with people on your team or customers. You have no reason why you don't have reviews to put up there. What? You don't think the review is good enough? Says who? Y'all, I shared today somebody who told me that her and her friend watch everything that I do to show that it's community over competition. That has nothing to do with me. They're just watching me because they learned from me. Y'all, they didn't join me. They're not my customer. That doesn't show anything except for the fact that people that here, I'm about the community. Y'all, reviews can be anything. They can be conversations with your upline. They can be conversations with your downline, a sideline, a customer, whatever it may be. You're having these conversations. You're just not using them as reviews, and you should put those in your stories. You want to talk about a promo and somebody in your downline ordered it and you want to show how good it is, screenshot their order and put it up there. Remove their shipping and all that information, all private information, obviously, but put it up there and say, look, I did that yesterday to show one of my new girls who bought a $400 pack, to show the free shipping, the free balance, all this stuff that was in that promo that ended yesterday. Which, by the way, how good is this new promo that just launched? $40 off. Okay. First time orders for promoter packs, also amazing. And then the GOAT bonus. How good? So good. But whenever you have a first time order in your downline, I want you to screenshot that and put it up in your stories and say, how good is this $40 off from the company? Y'all, it's not hard and it's not complicated. Us as humans, we make things hard and we make things complicated. So I want you to work on being bold. I want you to work on knowing your pain points. And if you're not sure what they are, write some out tonight. Tomorrow, write some out. There's no such thing as how many pain points you have, right? It's just, what are your pain points? That way you have some things to touch on in your stories and for posts. And then I also want you to work on the reviews that you're showing in your stories. Make them yours. Stop copying and pasting from people. Stop going in there and screenshotting other leaders' stuff to put it onto yours, and just go and make it. The amount of people that I saw, which I mean, I don't care. You can screenshot any of my graphics. I could care less. I'm just saying it's not going to help you build your people and build your community. Like, a word from me is, I would rather borrow somebody's idea but make it my own. So if I put up just like literally not even a fancy graphic. I took it from the email that came out about this new promo and just like expanded it so it didn't look like fully from my emails, and then highlighted over it and said, they never stop giving to us. And when I looked at my stories and I saw people and I started watching stories, I saw it in no less than 15 people's stories. And I'm like, y'all got the same email. Like, go in there and at least change the font or do something so it doesn't look like a robot did it. Because your people, they follow you, but they could follow me. And now they're seeing the same exact thing in two people's. That's where that network marketing stigma comes from. So make it your own, add your own picture on it, do whatever. Y'all, I was lazy today and just did the email up there because my 3-week-old doesn't stop eating, and God forbid I take the bottle out of his mouth and it's like World War 37 in this house of screaming. So I was like, you know what, the email will do. Email will do. And I did that. So ask yourself, how are you showing up for you, or are you waiting for leaders to show up so then you can show up? It's okay. And I say this all the time, and I said it in the team chat last week. And I said, find a social media mentor to mimic. Find somebody that you like, where their business is at and how they show up for their business, and mimic them. I didn't say copy them. I said mimic them. Don't compare yourself to them, but mimic them. So if it's me, and you like what I do, you see me wake up in the morning and show my 3 steps. When you wake up in the morning, you show your 3 steps. That's not you screenshotting mine and putting mine up there. That's you doing yours. Then you see me face to face in my story talking about the opportunity or this bomb promo that just launched. Guess what? You go face to face in your stories and talk about this bomb promo that just launched. Then you see me sharing about sample packs. Great. You go in your story and share about sample packs. This isn't copy and paste what I do. It's mimic. And the reason I say that is because mimic somebody for a week, and watch on day 8, you're not even going to be looking at their page anymore, because you're in such a routine of showing up for your business that it gets you going there. And then if you start to fall off, you're like, let me see what Lynn's put in her story so I can kind of mimic that. Great. But that's where we're getting at with being bold and being you and not copy and pasting. So that's all I have tonight. Thank you so much, Bethany, for hopping on and chatting with us. I love you dearly, and I can't wait to see you soon, hopefully. But I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. We will be live in the Limitless page this week, going over pain points, and some other stuff about what to expect in the playbook when it's launching, all that different stuff. I will keep you guys updated. But you know me, I got to make sure that like the font's good, the lines are good, the spacing, like, I don't know, my aesthetically pleasing ass just likes that stuff. So I love y'all. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys next Monday.